The Warriors just made the improbable possible.
Ton is on it. Bumped Curry. Three. Good! 34 for Curry.
After everyone doubted them, and the bookies had the Clippers as betting favorites, the Dubs turned up and said, "Not today."
Horford, three for the lead. Got it! The Warriors' first lead since the second quarter.
But the road here was not a straightforward one. A season riddled with injuries to Dubs stars.
Moses just hurt his knee. Oh no. We'll see where that knee injury is. That looked very significant.
And in a game in which, for the majority, Warriors Nation was on its back foot, Batman and his Robins turned back the clock to keep their playoff hopes alive. And the following is the full story of how we got here. The Warriors have championship DNA oozing through their veins. And to open the season with Jimmy Butler fully embedded, not just flashing in moments, but as a steadying presence that made fans believe the Dubs simply would not go quietly in April.
Shot clock at 3. Jimmy will dunk it down.
However, in a game on January 19th against the Miami Heat, where Jimmy was in for one of his usual scoring nights, tragedy struck, a knee bending the wrong way, and a silence that told you everything before the diagnosis ever did.
He turns it. Jimmy, what a catch. Butler is holding on to that knee. That did not look good at all.
Jimmy lost his ACL to the basketball gods, and just days later, the curse had grown arms, and Curry was out.
Yeah, it was the knee that kept him out of the game in Minneapolis, and so it's been nagging him, the last week or so.
All of a sudden, no gravity toward number 30, and no defenders scrambling 30 feet from the rim.
Curry! He got fouled, and he still hit it! Oh, chance for a four-point play!
For 27 games, there were no easy answers, and in those 27 games, the Dubs went 9-18. But tragedy struck one more time for Moses Moody.
That is a terrible injury, bro. He was going to go up and dunk it, and lost it. His leg collapsed underneath him. That's a knee.
At this point, it was hard to be surprised. It almost felt expected for this season, and by the time the dust settled, the Dubs were 10th in the West at 36-41. Not out of it yet, but already feeling gone.
Steph, just how's the knee feel?
Feels great to get back out there and try to get to the level I was playing at. And
Steph Curry is 38 years old. Michael Jordan's last ring, 35. Kobe Bryant's, 31. LeBron James won his most recent title at 33. The pattern is clear. By 38, the all-time greats are either retired role players or legacy chasing on fumes. And then there's Stephen Wardell Curry II.
Steph took shot out of the corner. Fouled again. Another four-point play opportunity.
38 years old, coming back from a knee injury, 5 games of rust in his legs, and he's still averaging 27 points a night.
Curry another 3. Same result. Curry's got 27.
Still shooting 39% from 3. Still the most warping offensive presence in basketball.
Looking, Steph's got it. He was fouled first. He was fouled again. He lays it in.
There is no historical template for this. The game has never seen a shooter age like this, and April 16th was his magnum opus. But on the other side stood the Clippers.
and all the work that I put in will hopefully pay off. So our season's been, different than we expected. But the fact that, there is something to still play for gives all of us a lot of confidence down the stretch to try to make something out of it. And I want to be a part of that.
This was not a matchup the Warriors could ease into. This was a team that arrived hot.
3 to shoot. Kawhi for the win.
Confident and fully aware of what this moment meant. And with a clear win just a couple days earlier, a night of magic was required. The Warriors were on their back foot almost from the jump, going down by 8 early, with the Clippers showing their dominance.
Wow, what a scoop.
And there is a reason why the clause number 4 in transition.
They briefly grabbed the lead in the second quarter, and it looked like the Dubs may have settled into a rhythm off a KP3 from the top of the key.
On the wing, on top, Porzingis 3. Good! How about the Warriors coming back twice from big-time deficits? An 11-0 run since Leonard sat down, taking advantage of it.
But by the snap of a finger, the Clippers took the lead right back.
Garland, corner, triple, bucket.
Even with Curry doing everything he could on offense.
Curry 3, and Collins was right right there. Collins looked over, just kind of shook his head. I don't blame you, we all do. Lopez will follow. They swing it around. Curry, three. Got it.
Golden State went into halftime down 61-53 off a gut punch end-of-half dunk by Kawhi.
Did you see this? Are you kidding me?
The rim rebound too high, shot no good at the buzzer, and the Clippers with one time led by 10.
The claw was a problem every time he touched the ball.
For Green.
And that is just a robot right there.
Forcing help,
Against Payton and Mathurin will tee up a triple.
bending the defense without rushing anything.
The cutting, Kawhi Leonard. Lot of traffic, got it, foul. He went into a nest of defenders and found the two.
Darius Garland was running the entire flow of the game, finding shooters.
It's Garland, and in the corner Jones. A three.
And kept the Warriors constantly rotating just to survive possessions.
But let's not forget Mathurin as John Collins.
Still.
And you see the crowd that Kawhi Leonard has, which allows a player like Darius Garland to play off of catches, attack.
But play in Curry was slowly getting unlocked in the third quarter.
Curry, three! Whack, foul, to the line he goes! 7-0 run by LA since the timeout. Curry, three, good! Nails it from outside. Me again. Collins is there. It's a three. Another one! Oh, he's a machine!
Even with the Clippers staying consistent, getting help from their entire cast, the fourth quarter was looming around the corner. And then Kerr made the call. Curry sat to start the fourth, and strength in numbers was victorious once again. It started with a strong side post double from the Clips, which Guy capitalized on, followed by Kristaps attacking the rim and finishing through contact for an and one.
Got it. Porzingis hard into Lopez. Count it! Foul!
Then, on the very next wave, he stepped out and buried a three.
Porzingis, it's a three. Bullseye!
Then, off a low pick and pop, it was the 39-year-old Horford using the gravity of Curry to find space along the arc.
Trying to get free. It's Horford for three. Got it!
As we went right back to the reliable Santos, with talent all over the court, it was the 39-year-old Dominican and young star in Santos who were playing the two-man game to perfection. But on the other side, the Clippers were not going anywhere.
Mathurin outside. Lopez, a three. Cord!
We got a shootout here. We got a shootout here in Inglewood.
For the late-game bright lights and the fate of the season on the line, Curry got right to his spot in the lane.
Down the rack. Slithers and gets the two on the scoop.
Even with stars like Curry and Green and a hot hand like Horford, Guy reminded people of what he had been doing to close out the season and swung the momentum back to the Dubs at the rim.
He drives, takes it home. 1-point game. Timeout Clippers.
When the blood was pumping and the lights got bright, the Warriors' culture of trusting the right guy at the right time shined through.
For three for the lead. Got it! The Warriors' first lead since the second quarter.
With a tie game and 50 seconds left in a building that knew exactly what was coming, Steph Curry rose up to the occasion, weaving the defense at his will with a step-back three.
Bumped Curry. Three. Good! 34 for Curry.
Draymond Green tweaked his knee in the fourth and seemed to be sick prior to the game.
Team sources told me Draymond Green was sick. He was throwing up, puking all over the place in pregame. Sideline, in the back area by the locker room. And you could tell as the game was starting, his energy level looked a little low. But darn, that fourth quarter.
Yeah.
But in the final seconds, he still made the two defensive plays that sealed it.
Oh, look at the defense. Green. Steal. Pajumski. Oh, he can't get it at the doorstep. But they've made 19 threes. Leonard has not scored in the fourth, and here he's got the ball and Green in front. Green steals the ball. Green stole the ball.
Because that's just what this era of Warriors basketball is. Your Golden State Warriors closed on a 16-6 run and held Kawhi Leonard scoreless in the fourth quarter until the final 16 seconds, completely flipping the game when it mattered most. And Steph got to have a little fun post-game with his new chain.
You've seen a lot throughout your career. This might be a new one.
This is definitely a new one. I love that my brother got to give it to me. But Draymond and defense on Kawhi all night.